When printing sheets from Revit, I found annoying if floor plans are not perfectly aligned across sheets. They start jumping around the PDF. I think we all did the trick of drawing the line from the corner of the sheet to the viewport and all that, but this is not about it. I tried to improve that and made a small Revit bottom to create perfectly aligned sheets from views. So let's jump into Revit. I'm gonna do two examples. In the first one, I'm gonna select two views and create center aligned sheets from them. And in the second example, I'm gonna use different floor plans to align maybe to the top left or top right and set some margins when creating the new sheets. So for the first example, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select them in the project browser, and then I'm gonna go into sheets from views. Let me get the window. Yeah, so because I pre-checked them, I do have them selected well in the window. If I wouldn't have done so, I could also select them here or change the selection. Then I have the title block. This is the title block used for the new sheets. So two new sheets are going to be created, one for each view. I want to use the A1 metric title block. For the viewports, I want to use title with line. I can also set a prefix or suffix. By default, the name of the sheet is going to be the name of the view plus prefix and suffix. So I can say, for example, first, if I want to, I'm not going to set any suffix. And then I can just click on create sheets from views. So because this view was already placed in a sheet, this means that it cannot be placed in a second sheet. So it asks me if I do want to duplicate the view to place it in the sheet, or I can just select to don't duplicate at all. But I'm gonna click on duplicate the view. Then we see that the view has been duplicated, and also, well, I do have the two sheets created, both of them center aligned. But yeah, this is of course very improvable. I'm gonna show the second example in which we can customize the position a little bit more. This is center aligned right now, and also a trick to set the number of the sheets for the sequence. So if I want instead to be these two numbers, I could have like B, whatever number comes next. So yeah, for the second example, I'm gonna go into first floor and ceilings. I do have these two views, and the key, well, there are two keys to have them perfectly aligned in sheets. The first of all is that they need to have the two of them needs to have the same scope box. So I need to select the scope box here, well, or create them if you don't have them, and then set them for the views in each one of them. And once they have the same scope box, the second thing is that they need to have the same scale. I mean, if they don't have the same scale, yeah, it won't be on top of each other, right? Then once both views have those two things, I can create the perfectly aligned sheets. So yeah, I'm gonna go into sheets from views. Let me get the window, and I'm gonna select here. It was first floor and ceilings. Ceiling, first floor. I want to use title with line, and then I want to set custom alignment. So for that, I'm gonna click here, and I do have more options here. So instead of having center align, what we did before on the default option, I can also set align top left, and then set the two margins I want to. So yeah, if I want to set, for example, to the top left in the X margin 20 millimeters, this is gonna be the distance from the edge of the scope box to the edge of the title block, and then to the top of the title block. And then I'm gonna name this second. That should be it. I can just click on create from sheets, and then I have the two floor plans here. The first one is right here, and the second one is right here. And as we see, well, what it was used for the alignments was the scope box. It doesn't really matter if there is any annotations or anything going outside of the scope box. And they were like created perfectly aligned, as you see, like one on top of each other. And the cool thing is that I can also customize all the alignments, as you saw. So for example, I could have like bottom right, bottom left, top right, and then set different custom margins. I almost forgot about customizing the sheet number for the sequence. So if we want to have like a custom sequence here, I'm gonna undo the previous one. Yeah, what we need to do is first we need to set one of the sheets to the sequence we want to. So for example, if I want the new sheets to follow a new sequence, I'm gonna select one of the sheets there, and then I'm gonna select maybe set 004, and I'm gonna undo that later on, but it's just for you to see. And once I set one of the existing sheets, I can create the new sequence using those numbers. So I'm gonna set the ceilings, first floor, and then just create sheets. And then you see that the coming sheets follow that sequence. So I can just rename the old one if I do want the old number in there. Yeah, that's it. I also wanted to recommend you another video in which I replace text in names of sheets, views, rooms, and it's pretty cool because it works similar to Microsoft Word. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.